My God, he cares and he can heal you. He sees you when you're crying yourself to sleep, wondering if anybody hears me. You tell yourself you can't go on no more, but your life is worth fighting for. Don't leave this world too soon. There's so many people who really love you. Jesus is calling for you. He knows and he can heal you. I know you're hurting deep down inside, but my God, he came to give you life. You think no one cares, so you just sit there. I'm talking to you, get up from there. You gotta believe there's something better. So much better. God put purpose deep inside of you. The whole world is waiting for you. You.
Like the one thing you always gotta remember is people gonna try to project their insecurities onto you. But you can't listen to what them niggas saying. You gotta get out here and do your shit regardless. You gonna do what you love for the rest of your life anyway. So why not turn that shit into something? Be a man of everything you say. This shit bigger than me, man. Like yeah, I'm good and all that, but you know what I mean? I ain't shit without y'all. No matter what you up, you gotta go hard. Don't matter. Can you imagine how I really having nothing is? Stomach growling, you ain't got no food in the fridge. Surviving on a jail diet of water and bread. No father figure, that's cause my father did. Mom bringing different niggas in and out the crib. No money, so you seen this less than all your friends. But it a joke because your mother was a crackhead. Older sister hoeing off, giving all the homies head. I could wait for your response, but they let her hear me talk, so I just wait for the applause. I always knew that I was great, I got them haters so appalled. I'ma make it out the darkness, and my word is my bond. Delivering these bars while I'm gripping on my balls. Jealous niggas hate to see you succeed, so fuck them all. I'm the master of my destiny, nigga, you not in charge. You either on your grind or in the way, so get lost. Be a man of everything you say you stand for. Lead your people by example, being hands-on. If you're back against the wall, then get your mash on. Fix your vision on the future like it's fast forward. The world is yours in due time, ain't gotta ask for it. I'm from the school of hard knocks, I took a crash course. Shit be stressful, my nigga, that's why I'm getting high. But that's life, and it's the code that I live by. And you know how it is where we at, nigga. They say money can't buy happiness, but I be happy as a bitch when I can have dinner. Learn from your losses or you end up like the last nigga. I fall off, I bounce back, I really come from the dirt. But if you wanna make it happen, gotta put in the work. The world will kick you when you down, and I know this shit hurt. And it's crazy cause your family, your shit on you first. My sister stabbed me in my chest, I had a hole in my shirt. I never said a prayer for on my way to the hurt. I died twice that night, man, I'm just happy to be here. Shit like that is the reason I never be scared. Was drifting through the smoke in the field, I couldn't see clear. It's deeper than the rap, I'm where the bottom of the sea is. Was trying to make it happen till I happen to ball. It's all mind over matter, the fuck the matter with y'all, huh? Be a man of everything you say you stand for. Lead your people by example, being hands-on. If you're back against the wall, then get your mash on. Fix your vision on the future like it's fast forward. The world is yours in due time, ain't gotta ask for it. I'm from the school of hard knocks, I took a crash course. Shit be stressful, my nigga, that's why I'm getting high. But that's life, and it's the code that I live by.
I'm LeVar Burton, and I'm proud to be a book person. How do I choose a book? Sometimes it's the cover, sometimes it's the title. I guess I'm pretty visual. If a book's really impressing me and the writing is really good, I will peek and see what the last paragraph is, because the endings of books should rock you. I am a book person, and if you're a book person too, read to a child and spark a lifetime of ambition. Join me at bookpeopleunite.org, because reading is fundamental. A public service announcement brought to you by Reading is Fundamental, Library of Congress, and the Ad Council.
Green light. Hey girl, school zone. I'm getting hungry. Car changing lanes. You want to meet me for pizza? Stop sign. Intersection clear. Yeah, street. Pizza sounds good. Ballin Street? Girlin Street!
It's hard to concentrate on two things at once, like texting and driving. Stop the text, stop the wrecks. How will you stop texting and driving? Tell us at stoptextstopwrecks.org. Brought to you by the National Highway Traffic Safety Administration and the Ad Council.
Now listen to BeExposedRadio.com. Check out this fire flashback.
We need to relearn what it is to be these bosses and how we conduct ourselves as business-minded individuals and just people in general. I let my gut, and if I call it gut or God or whatever, I'm led by that energy. I know where it comes from. I know where it's, taking me, and you have to figure out what is important to you, and don't play this game. It's a game that we've learned to play, this chess game, and life is not a chess game. Life is real, bones, flesh, blood, decisions.
Make sure you check out the Artist Exchange Show every Monday and Friday at 2 p.m. only on BeExposedRadio.com.
Long live Pop. Y'all can go ahead and cry now. I'm gonna show these niggas what to do with one of your beats, man. I am Gas, by the way. Strong woman story should have been on CNN. Nobody knows what it's like being Gwen. Windows closed in the house, it ain't no CNN. Can't gain weight for years, she been being thin. Single mother, no help from the system. When they was giving out food stamps, she missed them. Birth certificate, baby daddy, she couldn't list them. But her son was so beautiful when she kissed him. Blame it on love, but nigga she could've died with. Destroyed the whole world and found out she was a side chick. The nigga loved his wife and it got hard to hide it. So when Gwen confronted him, he ain't even.
You are listening to BeExposedRadio.com.
On Facebook? Okay, I'll share. Thank you, Andre, and good evening. Welcome everyone. This is your Monday night radio sports show. Just a bit outside. You already know it's me, Major Keish, your favorite host. And to my right, I have some special guest hosts. I am very happy to introduce to you guys Freddie Newman of IND and personal trainer, coach, fitness extravaganza, Erica Suter. What's up?
Great.
So I decided to give Mark the night off since it was Father's Day over the weekend, and I figured that would be a nice little gift to me. Mark, I hope you're watching and enjoying with a nice cold can of beer in your hand, bro. We miss you, man. So how was y'all's Father's Day? Did you guys do anything special, or?
I did a brunch with my mom.
Okay.
And then went to my boyfriend's dad. I mean,
okay.
Low-key. It was actually my mom's 70th birthday.
Really?
On Saturday, so we threw a party, her first ever party in her life, and actually thanks to remind us.
Oh yeah?
One thing she ever asked us for.
So did your mom turn up?
She did. She had a whole dance number. There was a costume change.
What? Are you serious?
But it was intense. It was good.
Mom stealing the show.
All I could do was watch. It was amazing. It was really good.
That's awesome. How about you, Erica?
So my parents are actually in Europe now.
Oh,
they've been traveling for a month, so no Father's Day. Yeah, no Father's Day, but happy for them. They're in Lisbon right now drinking sangria.
Oh, okay. You said they're in Lisbon?
Lisbon right now.
Nice.
Yeah, they get home in 2 days, I think. Amsterdam's the last stop.
Really? So how long have they been gone?
A month.
Really?
Yeah, so we'll celebrate Father's Day next weekend.
Wow.
They're not too wiped out.
A month in Europe.
Yeah, living the dream. They're retired.
Beautiful.
So.
Beautiful. All right, well, listen, there was a lot going on this weekend in the sports world. Of course, the big thing that's going down right now is the World Cup, and that's the reason why I have these lovely ladies here to chop it up with me tonight, because they're big soccer fans, and they are experts. So we're going to have a lot of fun talking about the...
I'm here as a fan.
Yeah. We'll have a lot of fun talking about the World Cup going down currently in France. I mean, there's been a lot, the USA national team started off with a bang in more ways than one. So, we have a lot to talk about with that. Sleepers, predictions. The tournament's going on for about another 2.5 weeks. So, we're about halfway through and there's a lot to talk about. So we can't wait. Also, we had 2 championship games go down last week, and 2 underdogs, 2 first-timers, and I thought it was worth taking a few minutes to talk about. The first team I want to talk about is the NHL Stanley Cup, St. Louis Blues.
The Blues.
Right, beating the mighty Boston Bruins. How surprising was that for you guys?
I mean,
it was awesome.
Yeah,
I hate Boston, so.
Me too. I can't like anything Boston.
I was happy for it. You always want the underdog, and
yeah,
hockey's just a fun playoff series, so it was cool. Great stories. I mean, it was cool to see St. Louis being a Caps fan.
Yeah.
Having that feeling last year, it's nice to have somebody else have it. I think the first time. But yeah, anytime Boston loses, I'm good.
Oh, I am too.
I watched Game 7, and I also watched Game 6. I was very surprised because Game 6, St. Louis Blues took a serious beat.
They did.
Yeah, and they I think it was 5-1, what the final score was, and it looked like Boston going back home. They pretty much had the cup in the grasp, and Blues came out swinging, stroking, I guess I should say.
Yeah.
They wanted it.
I think it's good they lost that Game 6 because Boston got comfortable.
Yeah.
And then they're like...
In Boston, Game 7.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
yeah, that's pretty,
it's a mental thing. The series is so great because there's so many games, and you gotta be like pretty resilient to make it through all those games.
Yeah, absolutely. And also good for NHL because the past couple of years we've had some different, Stanley Cup winners.
Yeah.
And, everybody that watches this show knows I'm always about the underdog. I'm always about a first-timer, which will, lead me into Toronto. We'll talk about that in a quick second.
Oh, yeah.
But, for this to be the first time for St. Louis is just great, and they had this super fan, Drake's, I guess it's the Drake of the NHL. It's some lady named Layla Anderson. She's a Blues fan. Yeah. And they were, I guess she's been following them, and she's been like there throughout, and they've labeled her like the good luck charm and everything. And they've actually started a petition to get her name engraved on the Stanley Cup. Right, which I thought was like another extra little feel-good / come through for the Blues, man. It's really a good look. I think they've got 11,000 signatures so far. And I didn't even know that was a thing. Like, you could petition to have,
this is the first time I've heard that.
With the Capitals.
Yeah, I would sign for you. I would sign for you.
Right. I mean, I think that's what makes hockey just one of those great sports is like, the championship, the Stanley Cup is hard to win.
Yes,
Don't
it
get me
is.
wrong.
Yes.
It's one of the hardest championships to win. Injuries, long season. I mean, we started in October?
Yeah.
June.
Right.
Guys can beat up, and so it's a hard series to win. So I love the tradition of the Stanley Cup.
Yeah.
I love taking it to your community, taking it home, eating cereal out of it.
Or drinking beer like Ovechkin last year.
They should do that. They get paid a lot of money to play
Right.
a really hard game, to get hit hard a lot. You know,
Absolutely.
I'm all about it.
And then also, it makes it more fan-friendly, in my opinion, because, I mean, this is the stuff that we love to see. I mean, we watch games, not, taken away from anybody's championship or anything like that, but we watch games in and out throughout the whole entire season.
Yes.
To get those funky little, like, nuances is like just like the bow on top of a good championship series.
Absolutely.
So shout out to the St. Louis
Blues.
Blues. Right. We got a few minutes left. Let's take it up to the north, up to the 6th. Thank you, Andre.
That's not enough. That's not enough time.
All right, we're going to spend some
what did that sign say?
talking.
Oh my God.
You said 2 minutes.
Oh, okay.
We'll be here all
But we're going to talk about the 6th real fast. So it was hot up in the 6th, baby. It was hot up in the 6th last week. Game 6. I mean, this series didn't even go to Game 7. And I'm pretty sure that everybody's surprised. I mean, this was not...
I'm just going to say, I was on a show about, 3 weeks ago? 2-3 weeks ago about that? Warriors. I call Warriors in 5.
Right.
That did not happen.
Right. Man. Big ups to the Toronto Raptors. Kawhi Leonard in the North gang, man. I mean, another first timer, another one who went on the road. I mean, like, seriously, it was the last game in Oracle Arena. I was like, man, they're going to find some way for these guys to win this game. Right. Motherfucker, so...
The NBA will make this work.
Right. I was fully intent on going 7 games with this series. And, man, I'm telling you, Toronto did not let up. And to me, it's just super sweet to take a victory on the road in a championship series.
It's the best. It's amazing.
It's demoralizing. That's a game.
Yeah.
Lose on your home field. Last game in that arena.
And what a wild ride it's been for Toronto also. Go to break. All right, well, we're going to talk more about that when we come back. You guys don't go anywhere. Me and the ladies going to chop it up some more. Just a bit outside.
Did it cost you too much? Cost you a lot. Championship loss. Cost you.
Whoa.
The moment my son saw a redwood tree.
It's huge!
Is the moment I knew that for him,
You can't even see the top of that thing!
even the sky has no limit.
There are some moments only the forest can inspire. Find yours at discovertheforest.org. Learn about forests near you and discover cool things to do when you go. Your moment is out there. Find it at discovertheforest.org.
Brought to you by the U.S. Forest Service and the Ad Council.
Join the Just a Bit Outside crew every Monday, 8 to 10 p.m. on BeExposedRadio.com.
You want to start off?
I think I'll get it out of the way on a who's not.
Okay, do it.
The Orioles.
Right.
They got swept by the Royals. They lost 4 in a row, and the last 5 games have all been decided by 1 run.
Mm-hmm.
The game before, or the last game that they lost before the Royals was the Nationals, and it was Weeders, of course, won with a home run.
Hit the home run.
Right. They were going into that National series. It seemed like they were doing so well, and they just crapped out. They got that game postponed, so who knows when they're going to replay that or play that game.
Mm-hmm.
That's my first not for the night.
Okay. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and weigh in on my who's not, and I'm going to talk about the San Diego Padres.
The Padres. That's okay. You just took my answer.
They're in last place in the NL West. They've lost 8 of their last 10. Their run differential is a negative 65, which is just horrible. So when you have, well, let me just talk about run differential a little bit. It's kind of like the
how much you're winning or losing your games by, pretty much.
Yeah. Okay. It's like the margin of victory, kind of.
Right.
So when you're in a negative number, that means that you're
then your average game you're losing
by a whole lot.
Right.
I mean, a number like negative 65, this early in the season is pretty rough.
That's horrible.
Then the pitching numbers pretty much support this stat right here.
You are listening to BeExposedRadio.com.
I mean, St. Louis was a good win.
Hey, welcome back, outsiders. As you can see, I managed to keep Freddie and Erica with me for just a little bit longer. So, when we left off, we were talking about the Toronto Raptors taking Game 6 on the road from the Golden State Warriors. When we left off, I was talking about what a wild ride Toronto had, and I'm talking about this starts from before the season even started.
Yes, ma'am.
I mean, the front office took a major gamble firing Dwayne Casey and letting DeMar DeRozan go. I even, last season Toronto went to the finals, the Eastern Conference Finals.
Yes.
And they have a history of going to the finals and losing. And I thought Dwayne Casey made a good case for head coach of the year. There were talks about that. And a month or two after the season officially ended, they fired the dude.
Right.
Then they went and
I'm pretty sure he was named coach of the year.
What I think was he?
He was named coach of the year.
Yeah. Which was like insane. I remember going off about that. Like, what the hell are you guys thinking? And then you went and got, either your first or second, depending upon who you ask. You let your first or second best player go to San Antonio, even though you did gain Kawhi Leonard. But man, I mean, I cannot remember the last time I've seen a team put together and then them go not only straight to the conference finals, but to the finals and ultimately winning the whole entire thing.
Yeah, I mean,
that's unheard of.
Incredible run.
Yeah.
Incredible run. The DeMar Casey thing is obviously, if anything reminds us, sports is a very cruel business.
Yes.
At the end of the day. Very cruel. It's not loyal. It's all about business, and they made a business decision, which all of us a year ago were going, what? Why?
Right.
But it worked out for them,
Yeah.
right? So their GM looks really good. He gets a pay bump this year. He's going to get shopped around. But, first of all, great job, Raptors. That was a great, and I think it was cool for the NBA to see the Raptors fans. Raptors fans were great throughout the series. The outdoor stadiums, all that kind of stuff, that was great. I'm interested to say, do you guys think this was just a great Raptors team to pull together, good run, or does this show us how great Kawhi is?
Okay, in my opinion, a great Raptors team because a couple of months ago when they were doing all the free agency trades and all that, the trade deadline reached, I remember one of the last minute trades to go through was the acquisition of Marc Gasol.
Yeah.
And I was just like, oh my God, this one player.
This team got scary.
Yes, it changes the whole entire game. And, it showed in the series. We had a final series with the Golden State Warriors where, in a lot of instances, the Golden State Warriors struggled to break 100 points. You know what I mean? They played fantastic defense. Yes, they had a couple of injury issues, but we never really talk about that when we talk about how stacked that team is. You know what I mean? I mean, the Golden State Warriors is the best put together team in the NBA.
Absolutely. And they did it through the draft. Look, people tend to forget that. That team is a drafted team. It's not like nobody said Steph was going to be who he was. Nobody said Clay was who he was. Like, that team, Draymond, that team is a drafted team. And they still went to the final 5 straight times. And arguably, they still have the inside track to win it next year if everybody comes back, if everybody's healthy, all that kind of stuff. But, speaking of health.
Right.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
That was going to be my next question. What was the bigger L? The series
or the injuries?
Loss of Durant and Klay Thompson?
Someone said that the Raptors get an asterisk by their
No, see that, and see that's okay, man. I hate when people do that, man. They won that shit fair and square. They did.
They beat the team that was on the floor that night.
Exactly.
Four out of 7 times.
And to be honest with you, I think the injury loss is bigger than the series
100%.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know Clay's mad.
Yeah.
Clay's money stays messed up.
Right.
Man can't be an all-star. Man can't get
And how crazy was that? The 2 players that we kind of almost know is going to be looking for that big payback.
They both get.
Right.
And we're not talking about ankles. These are like month-long injuries.
Right. They already said
the
Clay
2
was
worst.
9 to 10 months.
Easily.
Yeah.
Easily.
Yeah.
Poor guy.
And that GM was on the crying his ass off. I mean, it's not a pretty sight to see a grown man ball, but I mean, this guy was just like, his life was over, his job might be over.
So do you keep everybody if you're the Warriors?
Nah, they're as good as gone.
Who's gone?
You're damaged goods, and what did we just say? It's not a kind business.
It's not a kind business. You're right.
Yeah. So.
Oh man.
Yeah. All right. Really quickly, you guys. Bigger, more surprising win: Bruins or Raptors? Erica.
Raptors.
Raptors. Unanimous. I don't think we really need to discuss this or debate this much. Everybody was expecting Golden State to win the championship, and shout out to Toronto, man. Shout out to Drake.
Oh. How many Drake albums do we get out of this?
Oh yeah, I know a mixtape is on the way. You know what I mean? I was saying last week, all of the bandwagon fans are going to be walking around doing the Raptor or some shit. I don't even know.
Drake definitely has a Del Curry jersey on his next album.
Yeah. All right. Let's keep it moving, you guys. Let's take it to Europe. Yes! USA! I know, it's so bad. It's so full national team garb.
Yep. Wait, I got the pink shorts.
Hey! All right, you got. And ladies and gentlemen, yes. Women's World Cup. It's going down.
You better be watching, people.
Yeah.
What else
Paris. And, just a brief little history on the tournament itself. It's the 8th edition of the FIFA Women's World Cup. It's going down in Paris. This year, I believe it expanded a little bit. It has 24 teams now, and which is a clear indicator that the Women's World Cup is growing in popularity and participation, obviously. I've also, which really quickly I found very interesting. This year, there has been an onslaught of sports betting on the Women's World Cup.
Interesting.
And
thank you, Supreme Court.
Right. Right. But on top of that, with all of this better money, comes high risk of fixing games. Yes.
Whoa.
High risk of fixing games. I mean, it's been reports that players have already been approached about, drop-in matches, fixing games per se. And I thought that was very interesting.
That's interesting.
Anything to make $1, man.
Yeah. But I mean, look, when people are putting their own money up on you, I guess you've arrived, right?
It's great. It's good news for them. I mean, obviously, you have to believe, just like you believe for every other pro sport, that there's integrity in the game. So, you can't just take that. But I think it's a compliment.
Yeah.
That means there's money to be had.
Yeah, there's more. I mean, there's more people watching. There's more publicity. So
pay them.
That for me, that's a win. Yeah, I think people are realizing that women's soccer it's a fast-paced game. It's a very physical game too. And another thing I've noticed is women will fall or get fouled and they get right up.
Back up.
So it's a physical game and it's a resilient game. And mad respect for the women's game.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Back in, I think it was the first week of April, I was in Denver, Colorado to see the Rockies play the Dodgers for the Rockies opening day. And the night that I got there, the women's national team played there. And I swear to God, I got off the plane, a friend of mine picked me up, and we went to a bar in downtown Denver. and everybody was in like full USA, like garb. I mean, all of the bars were popping. I mean, and what made it so awesome was that it was like the majority of them, I would say a good 80% of them were women fans.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So, to get dropped off like right in that atmosphere and able to talk to some, the fans from Denver and see how pumped everybody was for women's soccer, that was kind of an indicator to me like, okay, like this sport, this national team is about to turn up and I can't wait for the World Cup.
Right.
So, and, in true United States fashion, national team has a little drama, First got me
for doing well.
Yeah,
which is the crazy part.
And what makes it so crazy was that the women's team, our team didn't play until about 3 or 4 games into the tournament.
Right.
So a lot of people were waiting, we're like salivating on the edge of the seat in this matchup, even though we knew they were playing Thailand and it was, it's kind of on paper like a pushover game, and whatnot. But what I don't think people were ready for was the onslaught of goals,
the
and
destruction,
the complete dismemberment of Thailand's national team. I mean, I'm seeing and reading reports of people crying. You know what I mean? Like,
and they were.
But I don't think people know this, and they didn't really show it on TV. Our team consoled
absolutely
the goalkeeper of Thailand, especially, and hugged it out with her and like shook hands, good job, and did it with the other players on Thailand. So you can't say that we had bad sportsmanship. Because you didn't see what happened after the game.
Yeah, and you're totally right.
And Thailand shouldn't have really been in the World Cup anyway, so
I mean,
that's another story.
So,
well, one quick second. Let me just give some of the outsiders who may not have seen a little overview. So, Team USA won very easily, and it's very convincing. Some may say aggressive. I gotta put that shit in quotes because those are not my words. Okay, somebody else's words in a aggressive fashion. I believe the score was 13-1.
13-0.
13-0.
Yeah.
Okay. Ouchie. So 13-0. So first of all, the first score in itself, 13. I can't. Especially not in the World Cup. We haven't seen a double-digit score in a World Cup match. Now we're going across the globe some of the best players. Now, even though I said, on paper Thailand was a weaker team, let's not discredit any of these teams here. You're talking about some of the best of the best of the best in these countries. So they might not be as good some of the bigger powers, United States, Germany, Sweden.
But they're the best in Thailand.
Yeah. Yep. Absolutely. Yep. So, these are professionals. Okay? And as with professionals, I always say, they have one job to do. They have to come in there and win. You know what I mean? They're not necessarily thinking about feelings. And in a lot of instances, they might not necessarily even be thinking about sportsmanship. They've got blinders on right now. And especially in the first game where you want to make a statement. They made a statement.
Yeah. So, one, the U.S. can't control tournament rules, right?
That's right.
We all know goal differential matters.
Oh, absolutely.
In the World Cup.
Absolutely.
So that's step one.
You can't be conservative.
No. Step two, you can't help who's in your pool play. The U.S. didn't pick to play Thailand.
Right.
All right, and the big thing that I keep going back to at the end of the day, you just talked about a 5-1 hockey game, arguably a blowout. We've seen 13-zip baseball games.
Oh, yeah.
We've seen 50, 60-point basketball games, 40-point football games. Are those all not blowouts?
Yeah.
Against professionals?
Yeah.
On TV. Are people still celebrating in those games? Absolutely.
Absolutely.
You hit your first home run in a 13-0 game, you're not going to celebrate? No way. So my thing always with this, these are professional women that get to do what they do once every 4 years.
Right. Mm-hmm.
Not every year. They haven't been there before, some of them. Some of those kids are 16 and they're on the world stage. Let them do. And I'm going to tell you this. Alex Morgan's fourth goal celebration with the countdown, I love that. That was tough. If I score 4 goals, I don't care if it's Germany, France, if it's the final.
Was it, or Turkey?
She's an almost hat trick. Well, she had 5 goals.
She had 5,
right.
But she was like, I was like, oh, that girl tough, right? That girl bad, right? Yeah. It sends a message to the whole world, like, this is, and don't get me wrong, the U.S. is the most criticized team in the entire World Cup.
Of course.
Soccer. Whether they do well, whether they don't do well.
Yeah.
They lost in the She Got Game or whatever cup.
She Believes.
Yeah, She Believes Cup. They lost, right? Criticism. Yeah. She can't coach. They can't play.
Oh, yeah.
I mean,
we have a history of, I guess, raising eyebrows and being talked about in World Cup and in tournaments in general. Which player was the one that took the shirt off and was in the sports bra and
Chastain,
Brandy Chastain.
Yeah.
But, like, back then, she didn't really get criticism for it. But this was, like, we can go into another discussion on social media, but this was, like, before the time everyone had a say on social media.
Was, like,
I'm sure there were people, like, cringing at that time, but, like, for the most part, like, when she scored that PK and won the World Cup for that team, that was a very empowering moment for, like, women's sports in general.
Right.
Yes. And, like, it was the start of, like, amazing women's soccer in the States was that team winning that World Cup.
Absolutely.
And that's why we're where we're at now.
Right.
So, okay, so you know I'm going to have to ask this question. It's about the double standards.
I'm waiting. Let's go.
You know, okay, so I watch all sports, and, you know, as a woman, I pay a lot of attention to, you know, female sports in general. So I'm not going to, you know, this isn't specific to Team USA. I mean, of course, we're talking about it right now in the wake of the controversy with the first game against Thailand. But I'd like to talk about the double standards that women's sports players have to endure or have to navigate through. And one, in the aspect of competition, and two, in the aspect of aggression. Now, I want you guys to hold your thoughts and hold your feelings. I know we all have a lot to say
I'm
about this.
blowing up.
Yes, we are about to go to commercial break, and I'd like for my outsiders to comment as well, especially some of my male outsiders out there. Jay, I see you watching. Nick, I see you watching. I'd love for y'all to chop it up on us with this as well. So you guys don't go anywhere. When we come back, we really gonna go in. All right, just a bit outside.
For shiny things, I can't allow this blasphemy. It's blasphemy. Why would you treat yourself like that? We didn't come this far just to fall right back. Don't lose yourself, stay on track. Baby, you're a god. Baby, you're a god. Believe that. Full of the things that we've overcome. Full of unspoken battles we've won. You're so much better than that. Sometimes the truth ain't always catchy as rap. So chasing cheese or you get stuck in a trap. Go get your crown and never render it back. No, it's blasphemy. Why would you treat yourself like that? Stop all that blasphemy. We didn't come this far just to fall right back. Baby, you're a god. You're a god. You're a god. You're a god. Baby, you're a god. You're a god. Baby, you're a god. Believe that. You wait to get
We're rewarding you for something you already do, listening to us. It's Radio Loyalty, and it's an easy way for you to get free stuff. All you do is sign up. Go ahead and click the banner now. You'll earn points as you listen. Points you can trade in for great products and services in the Radio Loyalty store. You can earn even more points when you share your favorite station with friends on Facebook and Twitter. Radio Loyalty. It's free to sign up, so click the banner to join now.
Check
out this flashback from the Artist Exchange radio show.
That's the biggest thing, is just empowerment. Just get off of the begging line. Just be proud and just get our pride and our dignity back, because as a child, we're taught how to go and beg for a job. Our parents, they literally taught us how to make sure you pull your pants up. Me, I'm 6'7", so I'm a bigger man. I was always taught how to not be threatening or intimidate people when I go into different interviews or different scenarios. And so we're literally taught how to condition ourselves, condition our speech, everything, in order to go and beg these people for a job, because we know when we walk in the door, I have to tear down 10 stereotypes before I get past hello. So we need to eliminate that. You know, and we need to eliminate that, and the way that we do that is employing ourselves and employing our brothers and sisters. And so that's our mission, is group economics, uplift ourselves, because I can't empower anyone until I empower myself, and change from just being women, because it's in my heart and my passion to see my people succeed and see us do better and change the social order, because I know that we are not supposed to be on bottom. I understand who I was. I know I didn't fall out of the sky.
You are listening to BeExposedRadio.com.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah. Yes. Okay,
Yo, all right, we back at it. We live. We were talking World Cup with my homegirls here, chopping it in, having a good time. And we're going to keep it going. We're going to talk about this controversy and this, double standard, if you will, when it comes to women's sports and women who participate in these sports. And as I said, and this is not specific to the U.S. women's national team. I mean, this is across the board. Like I said, I watch a lot of sports. Serena Williams is one of my favorite female athletes of all time. Yep. She has been subject to some of the same criticism.
Everything.
Yeah, I mean, I remember, I believe it was it was either the French Open or Wimbledon last year. She had a thing where she blew up, and literally 2 days prior to that, Roger Federer at the same exact tournament had a worse blow up than she did. Got no publicity, got no criticism. Right. Yeah. For our outsiders who are college softball fans, you guys might be familiar with Samantha Show of Oklahoma State.
Who I love.
She was the bat, the bat flip, which is loved in Major League Baseball. Yes. And praised and you know what I mean, immortalized. I mean, that's the big thing, you know what I mean? I mean, Yasiel Puig, Big Papi, I mean, all of the, the heavy hitters, when we see the back flip, we cheer and we love it. We're like, hell yeah. But now we get to, women's sports, women's players, Team USA. A lot of people have said that the celebrating and the scoring was excessive, unsportsmanlike, disgraceful, if you will. I've heard a couple of former players
disgusting.
Disgusting. I mean, how do you guys feel about that?
It's just not fair. And I saw an interview with Megan Rapinoe, and she was describing how they felt. She's amazing. How they felt in that moment after each goal, and she was like, outsiders don't understand how much joy there is in that moment. And she was like, I don't care if it's goal 1 or goal 13 of the game, we're going to celebrate it with so much elation and joy. Absolutely. Because this is what we've trained for our entire lives. Right. So we're going to go all in. And if I'm sure like men have celebrated in the same way in a ton of games like Barcelona, Man City, and no one's getting crap for it. Mm-hmm. Right. And it's not fair. And I think women should be lauded for being high performers, being elite athletes, and scoring a lot of goals. Absolutely. I think people would be more pissed if the U.S. just kept possession the rest of the game when they hit like 6-0. People would be complaining that the game's too boring. Right. And like, why is the U.S. being conservative? Right. So either way, they're going to get criticism. Yeah. And a lot of people complain there's not a lot of scoring in soccer. And now when there is, people freak out. What? What is the world?
As I said, there's a lot of feelings nowadays when it comes to sports.
Yeah, I mean, But I think the bottom line is, like you said, we aren't having this conversation if it wasn't women. I mean, that's just the bottom line. It's
100%.
It's only because there's still going to be some notion of, nicety. You know, what a good woman should be doing. Like, why are we even talking about sportsmanship?
Right.
Like,
yeah,
it's not. I don't even understand why that's a thing. This is the best of the best of the best. This is the number one competition.
Yeah.
All of these women have trained really hard. And again, no disrespect to Thailand. And I think Alex Morgan said it best when she's like, it's disrespectful for us not to play hard. Like, you've worked your whole life.
Yeah, and just baby
I don't
the
want
other
to come
team.
up here to get pitied, you know what I mean?
Yeah, that's even worse.
So I'll tell you what, today they lost to Sweden 5-1. They scored a goal today, and like, it's not like they're not a team that can't do something. It just sucks. And I do think that they were the victim of a lot of outside pressure on the U.S. I mean, the U.S. has a lot more to prove. They have the target on the back. They're going to be the first team to try to go for back-to-back World Cups. There's a lot riding on this, so it's unfortunate. But it could have been Jamaica.
Yeah.
It could have been Chile. It could have been anybody in that game, but somebody was going to get beat that first game.
Absolutely.
And it's also important for the younger players who scored some of those 13 goals. Like,
first
time goals. Like Rose Lavelle, 2 goals. Young, talented player. Like, imagine the confidence she got, like, entering the World Cup stage for the first time, scoring those 2 goals. Are we going to criticize gaining confidence from putting a ball in the back of the net? And she's going to have so much momentum going into the rest of the tournament.
So right. And for her, like, as talented as she is, it's the World Cup.
It's the World Cup.
This might be the last time she plays in the World Cup. I'm going to score. I don't care if it's 20-0. I get to score. I'm scoring. And I'm going to celebrate, and I'm going to jump in the stands like it's 1-0 every single time, because when will I be here again?
Exactly.
I don't know.
Yeah,
and
they might not be rostered next time.
That's the thing. I don't know how you criticize them. I don't know how you say anything. And I guarantee it's going to be interesting if we don't win. Does this come up again if we don't win?
Yeah, and that's why I was saying.
And if it does, I'll be like,
oh my God.
Jazz.
Okay, I was saying that I really hope they win this entire tournament, because I don't want to talk about this shit again. But you guys, outsiders, we're going to take another quick break. When we come back, we're going to step just a bit outside the realm of sports, because we have another guest come through. Chop it up with us. Don't go anywhere. Just a bit outside.
We're talking about this shit again.
I'm serious.
First they love you, then desert you. Leave with a plate full with no spoon. Ain't no space, I can't escape negativity. I got used to the taste of been bad, burned and fucked over. But remain strong through the past over. Kicking haters out of the way like mass over. Roll up, sip something, let it pass over. Who would I be? It ain't the man to me to let the next man take advantage of me. When that storm come, don't pan I see. Get with it, not without it, then you'll see. I peep the haters, they know I'm greater. That's why they buzzing for the elevator. But I can't save you, the weed too loud on the pedal stool. Don't carry favors, always got your hand out demanding favors. When I just looked out, now you need more paper. I can't breathe, give me 3 feet. I never let y'all be the death of me. When my patients run that, yeah, nigga OT, cause they wanna see me down like I'm NCT. 6 words, get the fuck away from me. Say I help you out if you can help yourself. I keep the G till I DIE. Now excuse me while I get back to PC. HOP ain't music sleep while your third eye always on me. I'm stacking green just to feed the team. My boo, she know that I'm king with chasing my dream. These niggas it seems I rip them, trash them, then put on new jeans. Man, see the problem is, man, you know, I keep it 100, man. Yeah, man, like if I got it, then you got it. Yeah, I mean, but if I don't got it, then I'ma give it. You feel me? But I definitely got you through the ride, man. Let's get it, yo.
I'm really getting tired of ungrateful ass niggas. They really about to turn me to a hateful ass nigga. Like I was never there when you never had figures. Pull triggers for you niggas when you caught up in the trenches. Man, I really don't get it.
Hi, I'm LeVar Burton, and I'm proud to be a book person. How do I choose a book? Sometimes it's the cover, sometimes it's the title. I guess I'm pretty visual. If a book's really impressing me and the writing is really good, I will peek and see what the last paragraph is. Because the endings of books should rock you. I am a book person, and if you're a book person too, read to a child and spark a lifetime of ambition. Join me at bookpeopleunite.org, because reading is fundamental. A public service announcement brought to you by Reading is Fundamental, Library of Congress, and the Ad Council.
Artist Exchange Radio Show every Friday, 7 p.m. to 9 p.m., every Saturday, 12 p.m. to 2 p.m. Real artist, real talk, real live on BeExposedRadio.com. I was meeting with a friend yesterday, and I've gotten to the point where don't ask me a question because the truth is going to come out.
Exactly.
Just don't do it.
If you ain't looking for the truth, don't come to me.
Don't do it because I can't hold my tongue. And she wants to be this stylist, boutique, but you're not doing anything in that nature, and I can't take you seriously if you're not doing those things. And I understood why people didn't take me seriously because I found myself in somebody else's lane. I was good at what I was doing and what I wanted to be, but I wasn't doing it for me. So how can I ask you to take me seriously if I'm living in somebody else's shoes?
And nobody can do what you do, and I think that that's a big problem that people face now. Like, you see what somebody else is doing and you want to do that when that's not your lane.
That's not your lane.
That's not what you're supposed to be doing.
But it's popular, it's getting that person money, it's getting that person applause. Oh, I want applause. I want money. Let me stand over here behind them.
And then a lot of times people aren't honest with themselves either. Like, I was thinking earlier today, I've been woke for almost 2 days, so so you get honesty, yes. And I was thinking, like,
The Artist Exchange Radio Show.
This is a Poverty ENT exclusive. Next stop, Texaco, strapped up.
You are listening to BeExposedRadio.com.
I always thought like 7 or 9. We did that 7 a.m. Can we do like a full day, like ordeal? We do like live at the bar.
We should probably go live for the championship game.
That'd be
We should do that. We should go somewhere.
Pick a spot.
Okay, yeah, we're online. All right, brainstorming. This is what we do, baby. That's a little piece of offline, how it is offline for the outsiders. All right, as you can see, we have one more, much more charming and better looking lady in here than me. We have Miss Tia Harris in the building. How you doing, honey?
I'm doing all right. How about yourself?
I'm doing good, doing good. Thank you so much for taking the time, coming through and chopping it up with us. Cheers.
Salud, salud.
Yeah, on the wind down. Now, for everybody who is not familiar with you, all of our listeners and our viewers, give us the dialogue, give us the skinny on you.
The deets, the skinny on you.
Yeah.
Well, I'm an old school singing, church-raised R&B blues singer.
Dig it.
I've been singing since I could talk. Entertainment is my thing. And I just rock around Baltimore like crazy.
Are you from Baltimore?
Awesome. I am from Baltimore.
Yeah. Really? What part of Baltimore? Cause
West Side. Till
All right, that's what's up. That's what's up. Now, we've known each other for quite some time now, and you've been doing your thing. You've bounced around a lot. Most recently, I saw you perform at the Wind Up Space. Again, I gotta shout out Russell, man, because the closing of the Wind Up Space.
Yeah.
That hit me. Really hit me. So I gotta shout out Russell, man. I hope everything's all good with you. Well wishes, brother. But I saw you at the Wind Up Space for the Paradigm. And you paired up with an artist, and you sung her work, correct?
Yeah.
And so tell us how you got into that, got involved with Paradigm.
Well, Roxy Johnson,
Yep.
she throws the show, along with Jamal Evans, cool guy. So they've created Paradigm so artists can pair up with people who write their music and compose, and just get this boogie on, So the show is going great. There's another one coming up July 25th.
Are you participating in that one?
I am participating in that, so I'll
Awesome.
be there. Hey, look, you gotta come see me.
I'm gonna be there. I'll be there. I'll be there.
So I'll be pairing out with a great artist named Novi.
Okay.
So that's gonna be cool.
Yeah.
And I'll be helping out too with the productions behind the scenes, and anybody who needs any help with their, just getting the voice together and all that. It's also a specialty of mine. Voice training if you need it. Gotcha.
Love it. Now, let me ask you this. Now, as an artist, you write a lot of your own music, correct? What was it like to take someone else's work that you're not even familiar with, that you weren't really, that you guys weren't like friends or had previous acquaintance. What was that experience like?
Well, actually, I did kind of cheat because we were friends.
Oh, okay, so you were friends. Okay.
We were friends, but it's actually pretty cool because you think about most people who sing have someone else write their music. So it's just getting the idea of what the artist really wants and how they want to construct it. But if they work together and you work closely and you guys really just work on how the tune's supposed to go, it usually hashes out great. And meshing the ideas together is what makes it something more beautiful than even the person who wrote the song.
Dig it.
Right, imagine. It just takes on a life of its own.
Dig it.
It's just dope. It's just been and it's a new concept. I think it's just crazy. It's a door that's opening for everybody to get their stuff out there. But I just think it's cool.
So this upcoming performance, is this like another song, or is it a poem, or?
This is going to be another song.
Okay, fantastic.
I'm not a poet. I do not feel like I
That's awesome.
Stay in my lane.
That's awesome.
Hey, that's what it's all about. That's what it's all about. Now, talk about staying in your lane. So how did you get into singing and like that whole art, and how long have you been doing it?
Well, I've been singing since I could talk. So
Right.
I was the kid. I used to just sing out for everything. And it's funny because I have a 2-year-old daughter and she does it now.
Oh, boy.
Every single thing is a song.
Oh.
Every single thing.
She's a cutie pie, too.
She's something else.
Oh.
Everything is a song. And music was always around me in different genres of music. Coming up in my home, I wasn't locked in to just R&B. My mother listened to Willie Nelson, Celine Dion. Whoever you woke up to, you didn't know.
Right.
But it was just always this something in the air.
That's awesome.
So my mother just kept us open to different types of genres, and it opened my mind up and kept me out of the box. Completely out of the box.
Dig it.
So just been singing. But actually, the first time I ever stepped on stage, I cried.
Are you serious? What? Because you were scared, or you were what?
Had the worst stage fright, but it's hard.
Are you serious?
Yes. Right, me
Who
right.
is this woman I'm looking at right now?
Nobody knows that.
Right.
But I was determined after that this will never happen again.
Awesome.
To let my fear take over my gift to the point where people can't receive it. I was like, oh no, you won't.
Right.
So I just started doing it afraid and just being so bold about it. That it's just like, if there's a mic, I'm gonna wear it out. We could be in front of the supermarket and somebody could be playing the banjo. If there's a mic there, I'm singing. And really, that's what I started doing.
I love
Anywhere
that.
there was a mic, I'm
I
like,
love
can I get on
that.
it?
Dig it.
Until I conquer their fear.
There you go.
Just been out there ever since.
I gotta give it to you because, performing in front of groups of people, I don't care if it's 5 people, it takes balls. Yeah. Because a lot of people don't know this. I like to moonlight in karaoke some nights. Okay.
Excuse me?
Let me see. You should.
The Baltimore hip hop karaoke, they know me there.
Oh my God.
Yeah. And shout out to the crew. There's one coming up this Thursday. Check it out.
Where's that? Where's that?
Yo,
Where is
on
it?
Howard Street at Le Mundo. It's the Baltimore hip hop karaoke. Yo, it's
Well, I'm
all
gonna
like
come
90s
go.
hip hop.
And we
All
gonna
in.
be
Yes.
out there.
Wow.
Yes. I mean,
Might have to do that.
yeah.
Pop on over.
And first time
After
I
the
ever
World
did
Cup
it,
game.
I was terrified. Me also too, very outgoing, and and I can't imagine just doing that night in and night out, man. That's some stressful
it's
shit.
something about it though. It's just it's like the crowd will sense your fear. But if you just go up there just so bold, they just can't help but to listen because they're like, all right, I gotta listen just because she just came up there and just put it in her face.
Dig it. Now, you credited a lot of artists for like your upbringing and your influence. Who would you say, girl, you better put that thing on silent?
You caught me.
Who would you say is your biggest influence when it comes to your art?
Etta James.
Really?
Etta James and Gladys Knight.
Okay.
Yep. And then my girl Janis Joplin. So
nice.
that's my triad right there.
Okay. I mean, that's a very diverse, group. I mean, you go from Etta to Janis. That's a lot you covered right there.
Yeah, so, and they're powerhouses, so you have to respect it because their voice comes from somewhere that you can't even grasp. You're like, where is that coming from? It's just like, that's the voice of your creator up in there. So
Right.
Cool.
Dig it.
So it's just, those are my three.
All right. So for my outsiders out there who are, watching and listening and you have piqued their interest, what do you have coming up? I know we just talked about the upcoming Paradigm. Do you have any other events or any other organizations that you're working with or that you're a part of? This is your platform.
This is my platform.
Yes, Lord.
Well, coming up, like we said, we talked about Paradigm, and we're forming a new band right now.
Okay.
So I am getting with a new band, and you're just going to have to look for us this summer because we will be out there, but we're just forming.
Okay.
So it's going to be hip-hop, R&B, go-go.
Really?
Yes.
Dig it. Dig it.
So,
Okay. All right. So how can we follow you on social media?
Tia Baby 1, right on Instagram.
Okay.
Everything will be posted about
Got it
where
now.
I'm at.
Got it now. They're funny.
They
They are so awesome. They're the best hosts ever. Mark, they're coming for your job, They're coming. And so what about Facebook? Any other social medias?
Yep, Tia Lil Moccasin.
Okay,
Lil
yes,
Moc.
yeah.
Little Moc, because I had feet like a baby. So Lil Moc on Instagram. Tia
Okay.
Lil Moccasin Harris. So just check me out.
Dig it. Dig it. All right. So to round out the interview, we like to do this thing called Just a Bit Outside, Fave 5. So the Fave 5 topic for tonight, I always like to ask my artists, my musicians, what 5 artists do you have in rotation right now? Give everybody a little bit of what your flavor is.
Right now, her.
Woo!
Her is right
I love her.
there.
Okay.
Old Stan, gosh. Dang, you did that one for me. Because it's more than 5 and it's hard. Because I stay with the old school, so I just keep Etta in my car all the time.
Naturally.
Adele.
Okay.
Because I'm going more for voices. I'm more of a voice person, so I study the voices. Al Green and Tina Turner.
Nice. Nice.
Is that 5?
I think that was.
Because that's literally since I've been
You got
trying.
4. I think you need one more.
I need one more. Oh, Toni Braxton.
Toni Braxton. Okay.
I study her lows.
Okay. All right. Let me ask you one quick question. What's your favorite Al Green song and your favorite Tina Turner song?
Since we've been together.
Hey.
Because they both did it. And they both rocked it out. And it was just 2 totally different. And I'm just like, if you can rock an Al Green song as a female,
That's amazing.
you got life.
Can I ask
You
you
got life.
one question? Dion or Aretha, Say a Little Prayer. Which version?
Aretha all day.
That is the best one. I love it, Dion. I love it, Dion. But that is the best
Right,
version.
but yeah, that rendition, it just comes from all about the good.
I believe in everything else you're saying now. I can now click follow. I'm good.
Hey, Mark just clicked on. He said, "Why y'all coming for me? We can all do it together." I don't know, man. Hey, women's wine down. I'm watching it.
Got that good red gun.
Hey. Well, Tia, thank you so much for coming coming through and spending your time with us. And one more time, Paradigm is when? July
25th.
And that will be?
Location is to come.
Okay.
It'll be posted on Michael Roxy Johnson's page.
Okay.
And then Paradigm has a page of its own. So.
Nice.
All right. Fantastic. Andre, we're going to cut to commercial break. You guys, when we come back, we're getting back. Oh, wait a minute. Stop. Really quickly. Don't cut. Yeah, don't cut just yet. Because we were talking about the Stanley Cup earlier, and Tia has a crush. So
Who you got on?
Who knows? He might be watching tonight. Or he might see us later on in the week. Go ahead, throw it out there.
Oh, Blue Eyes. Heinrich Lundqvist.
Oh, shocking. Also, but I love that about you.
Everything.
And she's like, I didn't even watch hockey. And I'm like,
There's some talent. There's some talent.
Hey, well, there you have it, outsiders. When we come back, we're going to talk more about the World Cup, so don't go anywhere. Just a bit outside.
Business owners, need more customers? Offer fantasy sports contests and generate more sales. Restaurants, bars, hotels, auto dealerships, real estate offices. Whatever your business, fantasy sports contests can help you increase your sales and bring you more loyal customers. Visit Fanify.com or call 888-55-SPORT. Our software lets you customize contests fast and easy for your brand. That's right. Visit Fanify.com or call 888-55-SPORT. That's 888-55-SPORT or visit Fanify.com.
Exposed Radio.
Well, if you made them, take care of them.
Yeah, that's
Period.
the real.
right.
That's the real deal.
It's period.
Right. And all that old money shouldn't go toward this, money should go to, if the child is with one of the parents 24/7, 7 days a week, you don't even come get your child every day. You come get your child once a month maybe, or once every 3 months.
Right.
You cannot dictate where that money goes, especially if the child ain't calling you about nothing. Now, if the child calling you every week, then you can question about where the child support is going. But if every time you pick up the child, they look nice, they ain't complaining about nothing, why are you worrying about where the money go at?
It is what it is. Radio show.
The one for me. Ever since then we've been vibing on some chemistry. It's just a matter of time. I know she feeling my vibe. I got the keys to the ride. She put her hands on my thigh. She got that look in her eye. SL what I'm riding. Royalty call me highness. All day and overnighted. Cause it's crunch time when I'm grinding. This Adderall got me nauseous. Proceed with caution. Tired of lane, I'm exhausted. Poppin' Zanny Zan, sipping out the faucet. I'm confused, don't know what I'm doing. Wait, what I'm doing? Got me going where the I'm going. Out of space where I'm going. Wait, where I'm going. Wait, where I'm going. Out of space where I'm going. Out of space where I'm going. I'll be up in the way. 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 Running on my face. Gucci guilty on my face. I'll be up in the way.
Like the one thing you always gotta remember is people gonna try to project their insecurities onto you. But you can't listen to what them niggas saying. You gotta get out here and do your shit regardless. You gonna do what you love for the rest of your life anyway. So why not turn that shit into something? Be a man of everything you say. This shit bigger than me, man. Like yeah, I'm good and all that, but you know what I mean? I ain't shit without y'all. So no matter what you up to, go hard. Don't matter. Can you imagine how I really having nothing is? Stomach growling, you ain't got no food in the fridge. Surviving on.
You are listening to BeExposedRadio.com.
Wasn't an Oscar for doing that stuff. Like legit, there was a whole profile. The backflipping thing to make them understand.
So we're back online. We'll talk about that offline.
Yeah.
All right, we're back, outsiders. We're going back into the realm of sports. I got to thank Tia for coming through and chopping it up with us. And please, she said she forgot to say her band name, which is called Grand Theft, which I think is a pretty cool name. To be on the lookout for them in upcoming, shows and events with that band. So thanks, Tia, for coming through. All right, ladies, let's get back to the World Cup. We had a lot to say about the women's team when we left off. We talked about the controversy. We talked about the performance. I want to take a few minutes to talk about the game versus Chile.
Hey.
All right, where Carly Lloyd scored 2 goals. And you could kind of tell that, not necessarily that the controversy affected them, but you could tell that they were well aware of, the comments. Of course, we live in the world of social media, so it's like you'd have to be like a hermit or living under a rock in some type of sanctuary to not know what's going on with your favorite sport or a sport that you participate in. I found it very funny and very cheeky that after one of Carly Lloyd's goals, she did the golf clap.
I loved it. I loved it.
It was brilliant.
I love it.
So, on Thursday, we have the U.S. national team taking on Sweden.
Yeah, big game.
Okay.
Big game.
That's the game.
Right.
We're through, but it's a big game. Big game.
Their first opponents were Thailand and Chile, which weren't really much of an opponent as far as power is concerned. Sweden poses a serious test.
Yes.
This go around. How prepared do you think our national team is for this matchup?
I think they're prepared, but I think the question we were asking off air, which I think is real, right? So we're already through. We're already through the quarters. Do we rest some guys this game? Do we keep fresh legs? Or do we play all out to make a point? I mean, this is not an easy game. We could lose this game very easily. Pretty sure they knocked us out of the Olympics last time, and they're not a bad team, and they're obviously leaps and bounds ahead of what we've seen.
Right.
Or do you get your guys a run against a good team? We're going to only see good teams from now on. So what do you do?
I don't think we should play conservative this game. I think we should start the normal starting lineup. So just get Morgan back in there, Rapinoe back in there, Lavelle back in there, just so that they are tested mentally and prepared to go into the further rounds, because it's still going to be a long tournament.
Right.
So they've played easy teams so far, and goals have come easy for them. So they need to level up and get used to that for like what the rest of the tournament's going to present. But that doesn't mean they can't sub them out in like maybe like the 70th or 80th minute so that they're getting a little bit of rest. But I think they should start them and keep their momentum going.
What do you got, Coach?
All right, well, in my expert opinion, and being the analyst that I am, the first thing I'm going to say is there is absolutely nothing about this women's team that tells me they're going to take it easy.
Yeah. True statement.
You know what I'm saying?
True statement.
That's the very first thing. I mean, we're talking about a team that scored 13 goals on, a lesser power, if you will, and did it without batting an eye or blinking. Okay? Dealt with controversy, dealt with the whole social media thing, went out the very next game and mocked these people.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And, we talked a little bit earlier about, the spirit of competition and, aggressiveness and, putting it out there that, hey, we are a force to be reckoned with.
We're the champs.
Exactly.
Come get us.
Exactly. So, that right there, from a fan and an analyst standpoint, I'm thinking that, they're going to go full throttle. Now, from like a coaching's aspect, I kind of take a different type of perspective. I understand. I'm all about
put the hat on.
Yeah. No.
Coaching hat.
I'm all about resting players and preserving players and thinking about the road ahead. But again, I am an analyst. Also, to me, it's like, this is one of the best teams in the tournament. This is somebody that you might see again. Why not go? Put your all in. See what they are about. Okay, and not only, and when you're playing these teams in these early rounds, also you're getting different styles of play.
Absolutely.
Yeah. You know what I mean? And you want to get acclimated to everything.
Yeah.
Like you said, this thing comes around once every 4 years. Okay, and the United States didn't even get into the tournament until 3 days after it started.
Right.
Y'all's rested your asses.
That's very true.
I mean?
That's very true.
You know, and I'm all about getting them in there and let's do the damn thing.
Yeah. And I agree with both of you guys. I think again, like Sweden represents almost playoff mode now. Like we're, that's what we're going to be seeing from here on out.
Exactly.
You got to play to win from here on out, and I think they used their break against Chile. I mean, they put out a funky lineup out there. Rested some people, and
they got enough rest. The starters.
I think
they got enough rest.
You're even getting rest in a 13-zip game. I mean, you're not working that hard. It's
that's a good point too.
But I think they come out, and I honestly think Sweden is a statement game. I'm seeing like a 3-1, 2-zip game. It's going to be tight.
Like 2-goal.
But I think we win, and I think we win in convincing fashion. I think we dominate possession. I think for them it's more of a statement game than Thailand. I think we beat the best in the world, and this is how we do it. And we're going to keep coming at you. So good luck to you guys. And what I'm hearing, with the brackets looked out and where we really want to prepare is that potential France quarterfinal matchup.
Oh yeah,
and that is talk about a tough draw.
That's rough.
To face France in the quarterfinals is I don't know how we get that as a #1 seed, but
it's a good question.
It is what it is. So I think they come out guns blazing. I think they try to make a statement, and I think they really don't care who's on the field. Let's go. Play you, we'll beat you, and we're going to win that World Cup.
Hell yeah,
so
play
USA.
like a girl. Play like a girl and
Let's
get that
go.
shit done. Get her done.
LFG.
Let's go. I like it.
I can't curse on air. So.
Yeah.
Too many people watching.
We're going to take another quick commercial break. When we come back, I like to talk about who the best players are in the tournament, talk about some sleepers, and our picks, if we want to say, for who takes it all.
I don't want to say.
I don't. So don't go anywhere outside. There's more laughs on the way. Cheers.
I'm 0 for 1 on this show.
Hey, there's my son. You've been in your room all morning.
Hey, Dad.
Matt, what's wrong with your voice?
There is nothing wrong with my voice.
Oh, well, it's just sort of.
I have been playing my video games and electronic games for so many hours.
Uh-huh. Well, it sounds like it might be time for you to take a break, or...
Hello, Dad.
Susan?
I have been watching TV and text messaging all morning. Yay, electronics. Yay, yay, yay.
Guys, I think it's about time to get in the car and take a little trip. Maybe see some trees, some green things.
What are these green things you speak of?
This weekend, unplug. Take your family to the forest. There's nothing in the world like experiencing nature firsthand. Trees, paths, bluebirds, streams. Getting closer to nature can get you closer to your family. To find the forest nearest you, go to discovertheforest.org. Brought to you by the U.S. Forest Service and the Ad Council.
Get out to the forest and discover the wonders of nature with your family, just like Blue, Jewel, and the whole Rio flock.
Let the kids connect to their roots. It's going to be so much fun. Yeah! Woo-hoo!
Let's rock this jungle.
Woo!
Fresh air.
What a glorious morning.
Clean water.
Woohoo! This is great.
And endless surprises.
Yo, this is untapped territory.
How amazing.
Visit discovertheforest.org. Brought to you by the U.S. Forest Service and the Ad Council.
So when you get to the corner of Smith and Orchard, you're going to want to take a left.
You are not going to
Then what you're going to
this.
do is turn
Marcy
onto Marcy
and Brad
Avenue.
just broke up,
and go past
and
the first
apparently
3
she's
lights,
happy
and then
about
take
it.
the next left.
I don't really
then
think
drive 5
she's
more
happy,
blocks,
but
and you should be
who
there.
am I to judge, right?
Park on the right.
That's
I'll
what
see
I
you
heard
later
last
tonight.
night.
It's hard to concentrate on 2 things at once, like texting and driving. Stop the text, stop the wrecks. How will you stop texting and driving? Tell us at stoptextstoprex.org. Brought to you by the National Highway Traffic Safety Administration and the Ad Council.
This message is for all of you sitting in the passenger seat. And apologies if it gets a little uncomfortable. But how does it feel to be at the mercy of someone who thinks a random text is more important than your life? Someone who takes their eyes off the road while speeding along in a 3-ton hunk of steel. Freaky, right? Well, why not just ask them to stop?
Or better yet, volunteer to text for them. It might be a little awkward, but believe me, you'll live.
Learn more at stoptextstoprex.org. Brought to you by the Ad Council and the National Highway Traffic Safety Administration.
Green light. Hey girl, school zone. I'm getting hungry. Car changing lanes. You want to meet me for pizza? Stop sign. Intersection clear. Yeah, street. Pizza sounds good. Ballin Street? Girlin Street!
It's hard to concentrate on two things at once, like texting and driving. Stop the text, stop the wrecks. How will you stop texting and driving? Tell us at stoptextstoprex.org. Brought to you by the National Highway Traffic Safety Administration and the Ad Council.
Join the Just a Bit Outside crew every Monday, 8 to 10 p.m. on BeExposedRadio.com.
You want to start off?
I think I'll get it out of the way on a who's not.
Okay, do it.
The Orioles.
Right.
They got swept by the Royals. They lost 4 in a row, and the last 5 games have all been decided by 1 run.
Mm-hmm.
The game before, or the last game that they lost before the Royals was the Nationals, and it was Weeders, of course, won with a home run.
Hit the home run.
Right.
They were going into that national series. It seemed like they were doing so well, and they just crapped out. They got that game postponed, so who knows when they're going to replay that or play that game.
Mm-hmm.
That's my first not for the night.
Okay. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and weigh in on my who's not, and I'm going to talk about the San Diego Padres.
The Padres. That's okay. You
Padres.
just took my answer.
You are listening to BeExposedRadio.com.
I'm actually off that whole week.
Cool. Maybe you go live and commentary,
so cool.
Or maybe just do like a quick show at like the halftime or something
That'd
like
be
that.
so cool.
Yeah. Let me think about. Oh shit. Okay. All right. You guys, outsiders, we are back. What's poppin', baby? All right. So we're gonna keep it going. Keep the World Cup conversation going. When we left off, we were talking about what were we talking about? Talking about the U.S. team.
Oh.
The next game, Sweden.
The next
game against Sweden. I guess are we all in agreement that we're predicting another W for Team USA?
I like a 2-goal up. I like a 2-goal up, but a hard-fought one. I'm going like maybe like a 1-1 at half, 3-1 final kind of thing. Seeing it like that, a little bit of a scare.
I think it might be like a 2-0, 2-1 game.
Really?
Yeah.
So definitely not going to run the score up like they've been
doing. Oh no.
Yeah.
No.
I mean,
but maybe.
Our offense is pretty sick, so and we got some young ones stepping up too, which has been amazing. I don't know. I don't want to predict too much because I'm superstitious. I don't want to say like we're gonna dominate. But
last time I said that in this very chair, happened. So
you mess it all up.
I'm not doing it, but I like a U.S. Squeaking something out, something nice and tight, 2 goals, something like that. Good questions, and then heading into the quarterfinals, fresh and ready to rock.
Yep.
All right. Well, you ladies have been watching a lot of soccer over the last week and a half.
Yes.
Every game.
I was like,
every game.
Yeah, all of it. I am nowhere near in the level of I mean, this is expert level when we're talking about TV time with the World Cup. But you guys had a good chance to look at a lot of different teams, a lot of different styles of play and countries. I'd like to ask you both who your opinion is are some of the best players in the tournament. Let's start with Erica.
Oh gosh, that's such a tough question. I mean, Freddie and I were talking about this off air, and it's kind of hard to tell right now. I think that will shine in the later rounds and who really steps up to a high level of play. But right now, gosh, I think a lot of young ones on the U.S. are stepping up. Rose Lavelle, she's going to have a great tournament. She had a great first game, got some confidence from those couple goals. Obviously, Alex Morgan is at the top of her game, and going off of stats, she's the best. But I don't know. It's hard to tell right now.
We were talking about Julie Ertz is having a good tournament.
Yeah.
And for those who don't know,
very secure.
Julie Ertz is the wife.
Whoa. Zach Ertz is the husband.
Okay. Hey. Mark, I swear to God, she's coming for your job, yo. She's coming for the job.
I just want to make that clear. It's all women here. It's all women here.
That is great.
Yeah, thank you.
The Julie Ertz of the U.S. Women's National Team. And let me tell you, that what was it, the second game when she had that header?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, my God.
Beautiful. Incredible.
Yeah.
One of the most beautiful headers I've ever seen in my life. I mean, from whatever angle that camera came at, it was just unbelievable.
And, like, who crossed it again?
Oh,
shoot,
I can't remember.
I forget who crossed it, but like it was a good cross. Like it might have been. I can't
remember.
But it was a really good cross. Like it was right at the top of the 6, but it was like a little bit in front of her, so she had to really run onto it. So it almost looked like a diving header from some angles, and like she really worked to get there. But it was also a well-placed ball. So I mean, the play was just amazing. It might be one of the best goals in the World Cup so far. So
it is incredible.
Amazing.
So how about non-U.S. players? Even harder to tell.
Right, we sound like homers right now.
We are.
We are, which we told
I mean, when you're the best.
USA.
You can't help where we're from.
I mean, I'd say all 3 of the forwards on the Netherlands team are really good. Especially their wingers. The only problem with them is they need to finish. Like they're threatening, like getting forward fast and finding a cross and taking defenders 1v1, but like the result of that's not a goal. So I don't know. Hopefully they're able to find the back of the net later on in the tournament. But I love the way they played.
Yeah.
So.
Just a soccer nerd out for a second. We do have a record chaser out there in Canada. We got the Sinclair.
Love her, yeah.
You know, she's chasing Abby Wambach's goal record.
Sinclair's sick.
She's just brutal. And she had another just like monster game the other day for Canada. But it's seeming they're getting some young guys in there that are doing some things. I forget the one chick that scored off her little header off the post, but that girl was good. But yeah, I don't know. There's just like so many players that like you're just starting to like watch, like pop in Germany, and there's some new heads in Japan that are doing some things that are like just incredible. And like I love me some African and some Caribbean teams. I just like seeing them out there.
Cameroon's forward was amazing.
Just
Love
amazing
watching her. She carried the team.
Love the Merci shirt.
Oh, I love that.
Are they saying that in Cameroon? Is Cameroon giving her crap for pulling her shirt? But yeah,
she was amazing. Like her run.
It was so good. It was so fun to watch.
Speed.
And even like we're going to talk about sleepers next, but you're looking at a team like Spain, and I think that's kind of cool to see them mirroring like what we expect out of the Spanish guys has been a big thing just with possession and stuff. But I think this all comes down to the fact what's great about this World Cup is I think that this is the most even World Cup we've seen in our lifetimes for the women on the women's side.
Yeah.
And I think that is a lot to do with the fact that worldwide countries are starting to pour money into the women's side, which look what happens when you let girls train professionally, when you get them stuff. I mean, teams that maybe have no business doing something are starting to showcase their athletes and starting to match that success. And what I'd love to see is the stands be full. I mean, it's amazing.
Oh my gosh,
to see
the fans have been incredible.
It's been awesome.
From all countries.
Every single country.
Yeah, from like the African countries, South American countries. It's packed. Like France is lit right now.
Oh yeah, I would love to be there.
I wish I could go there
for
the semis.
Who is having a better time right now than France, and specifically
it looks like
Paris.
a blast.
You know what I mean?
It looks so much fun.
Yeah, the French Open, and then you followed up with the World Cup, and then like a week after that, you got the
Tour de France is on right now.
So Tour de France is
like starting
like France is just like going in.
What are you guys doing?
Popping. And, since you kind of made a segue to it, let's take a few minutes to talk about that. I mean, we all know about the superpowers. We all know about the Germanys. We all know about the Frances and United States. Let's give the viewers and the listeners our little opinion, our 2 cents on people who you should be keeping an eye on in this tournament. You know, a couple of people who could be a potential heartbreaker. And we'll let Erica.
I want to hear
start
yours.
off with one.
I have my sleeper, and I'm Dutch. Like, I got family.
Yeah.
I got family.
Netherlands.
I got family in the Netherlands. Shout out, guys. I don't know if you're watching. You might be asleep right now. But yeah, I've always loved the Dutch style of play just because it's so attacking minded. I mean, their downfall is definitely going to be their defense. Like their defense they don't stay tight enough. They have trouble with the diagonal through balls. So I mean, their offense is going to carry that team. But I mean, they're 8th in the world right now. So don't underestimate them. They did really well in the Euro. So I'm just biased. I love
it.
So whatever.
That's a good pick. So I have 2 sleepers.
Okay.
Italy, who's had a very quiet but steady tournament.
Interesting.
Knocked off Australia, who came in with a lot of hype and has been kind of underperforming. They've just been very solid. And Spain, man. Spain is young, and Spain, it just looks real pretty with the ball. I mean, they're just all over the place. So I don't know if they have enough firepower down the stretch to win it, but I see them creeping a couple games past where they're supposed to.
And if we play them, I mean, it might be hard for us to get past their defense.
Their team is tough. So
yeah,
and maybe Japan in there. Japan is always that was one of the greatest sports.
And their men's team had such a tough break.
Japan.
Yeah. It would be kind of cool if women could squeak something out.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, all right, here we go. You know, I gotta ask.
Oh God.
I'm ready.
Oh, I know. The question.
Let me stretch, everybody. Say a prayer. Cross your fingers, cross your toes, cross your asses. Who takes it all? Okay, and if you don't want to jinx your team, feel free to tap dance around that answer.
You go first.
Okay, I'm just gonna be the Drake of this mother. Okay, okay, we're doing it.
You should curse.
Yes. We better be here in 3 weeks again.
I might not answer your phone call again.
Mark, I'm calling it, baby. Team USA, yo. You heard it here first. Freddie, what you feeling?
On paper. Soccer gods, I got some salt over my shoulder. LeBron James. The U.S. should win this. On paper. But I am not saying that because I don't want to jinx them. Because I'm 0 for 1 in here. I don't know how it's going to break. I call the Warriors. I call the U.S.
Oh, God.
Make me 50%, please. Who you got?
You said everything I wanted to say. I mean, they're the best team on paper.
Yes.
And just the depth that they have and the talent on the bench is tremendous. So we should win.
Please.
But I'm superstitious, so I don't know. I mean, I'm just hoping for a good tournament, and I'm hoping for a good final match. I don't want the final match to be a blowout, because it potentially could be, because just the way the brackets are structured. So, I mean, I just want a close final, back and forth soccer, physical, urgent. That's why I watch all these games. I just want to see good soccer. Obviously, I support my country and the women on the team, but it's I don't want to be like sitting here and make a call, and I just can't do it. But you got that covered.
Yeah, hey, I sit in this chair and go out on a limb every Monday.
You do.
So I'm used to crashing and burning. But let me ask you this. Who do you guys think? We said we took a look at the draw, and we took a look at the bracket, and you said a potential blowout. Who do you think is going to be on the other side of the ball for that final match? Give 1 or 2 teams that you think could.
Pull the bracket up. Let's see this bracket real quick.
Now I think I know you guys said France.
I think we see France in the quarterfinals.
Okay.
Which is tough. So this year, what's kind of different is everybody who wins the bracket, and then you get the next 3 best records come in too.
Ooh.
So there could be someone that sneaks in there that. Oh, where's the bracket? Okay, no, that's not it. Yeah. All right, that's where we're at so far.
Okay.
And we're in group. What are we? We're C.
Just take a look at these tables.
I don't know what.
So, you're asking who's going to blow out, or who's going to be on the other side of the ball, like the loss?
Yeah. Or, whoever's going to be on the other side of the ball, who would be the potential matchup. So,
maybe Germany.
Germany.
Yeah. I think Germany.
Yeah, that's what I was just about to say as well.
Yeah.
Who's also started off pretty strong in their tournament. Their goal. Okay, let me just say this one thing. The USA has a very high goal differential right now.
Correct.
And we all know it's because
which is
of
how
the first game.
Yeah, but it's also how the tournament works.
Exactly.
Goal differential is huge.
Right. And Germany, has a pretty decent goal differential for 3 games as well at a positive 6.
Right.
And like you said, I know goal differential plays a part. I'm not exactly sure how much weight that carries.
So if it comes down to like ties and pool play,
okay,
it could
That's
bump
a
you.
deciding
Yeah,
factor,
it could bump you
tiebreaker.
from like maybe the first seed to the third, depending. I mean, it's really just about where your draw is. But to me, it doesn't. I mean, yeah, you could have an easier route, but all the 16 best teams are good teams.
Oh yeah.
So like, it really doesn't matter because you're going to be playing good teams from here on out. I think, like everybody, you want to finish in that top 2 in your bracket, and then goal differential comes down if you're in that third, because the next highest 3 teams.
You have just made another point as to why Team USA needs to go out here on Thursday and kick some ass.
Exactly. So if we give up 13 goals, we're not in any better position than we were. We could drop down. So, I mean, that's not going to happen. I would throw my TV out. Did you see that Warriors fan that smashed his TV? That was crazy. That would be me. Like, this is insane. So, yeah, I mean, score more goals. Who cares? Nike's going to make it into a commercial. How Kaepernick's narrating in like 3 weeks anyway.
No bullshit.
If they tell you stop scoring, keep scoring more.
All right, you guys. We're going to go to break. When we come back, we're going to put this baby to bed. Can't believe it's like almost 9 o'clock already. All right, don't go anywhere. Just a bit outside.
If I sit around, hold up, look. If I sit around, hold up. Yeah, rebel rap. If I sit around, I'ma smoke some more. Wasn't even thinking about smoke before, but I'm in my head and I'm in the bed. Don't know who I am, like I'm wearing a mask. Work the mode, tell them where the cash. If you wear the cash, tell them where the cash. If you play it for you, gon' run it back. Don't make promises, but I promise that. Don't promise me, cause I ain't into that. Fell in love with that and got hurt from that. That was all over and the curtains back. Can't see you not noticing that. I'm letting it go, it ain't holding me back. Yeah, I'm on dice, but ain't come for the crack. Drinking with uncle, we only do jack. How I'm alive, I thank God for that. Praying about it, things getting better. Open it up with my name on the letter. What crazy about it? Saying whatever, you shy to be you. You know you gotta be you. Sometimes I need privacy too. Yeah, you know I ride. You know I ride, and you know you ride for me too. Yeah, you know I. Look, you like getting that hit for real. When it's me and Murray, just us, we chill. I'm in a rush to get off to get you. Never ever had to floss to get you. Pay the dues that it cost to kiss you. Rug burns on the carpet with you. Oh yeah. Come on, dog, throw this in there. Gotta dedicate this to the homie out of New Orleans. Break. Said she wanna bump that. You wanna do it? Go ahead, do it.
My name is Ruth Rusi. I'm a retired teacher. I'm 91 years old, and this is how I live united. I say retired, but not really. Once a week, I read books to children as part of United Way's education program. Reading to a child creates links between language and literacy. It creates a bond between grown-up and child. And believe it or not, it prepares them for a better academic future. Oh, we read about frogs and flies and pigs with wings, all sorts of juicy stuff. It's a joy to watch all those little faces. I figure I have the time and they have the need. And I've always believed that if we're not here to help each other, then what are we here for really? My name is Ruth Rusey. I help kids prepare to succeed in school. So I don't just wear the shirt, I live it.
Give, advocate, volunteer, Live United. Go to liveunited.org. Brought to you by United Way.
You are listening to BeExposedRadio.com.
All right. It's the final segment, final 5 minutes on the home stretch. Man, I had a lot of fun with y'all tonight.
This is awesome. Always.
We've gotten a lot of compliments on the chemistry and whatnot. We will definitely be running this back again for y'all before this tournament is out. We've been talking a lot offline. But in the final minutes, I'd like to give both of you an opportunity to let everyone know what's going on with you and how to follow you on social media, because I'm pretty sure you've gained a few fans after tonight.
Yes.
So let's start with you, Freddie.
All right, I'll be quick because y'all have seen me on here as wearing this fine IND blue. I am the athletic director at Institute of Notre Dame. You can hit us up on Facebook at IND Athletics, Instagram, IND Athletics as well. And then Twitter at AthleticsIND. Follow us throughout the year. We'll be doing big things. See everybody at the big game. I'm sure I'll be back again this year for the big game and all that good stuff. I know she's going to hate this, but go blue.
Perfect. Erica, what's up, honey?
All right, I'll be quick too. I'm Erica Suter, and I am a strength and conditioning coach for youth soccer players in Baltimore. And you can find me on social media at Fit Soccer Queen. Super easy to remember and super pompous.
I love it.
Y'all know how to find me, where to find me, so I ain't even going to waste y'all's time with that shit. But really quickly, since I have like 2 minutes left, Freddie, I'm going to ask you one quick, right? You know I got to squeeze this thing in, babe. Anthony Davis.
Oh my God, how did we make it 2 hours?
WTF.
You know what? Magic Johnson congratulated the Lakers today. Good trade. It's a great trade. Did we give up too much? Did they give up too much?
I think so.
You think so?
Mm-hmm.
1-year contract.
Yeah.
Stupid Lakers.
Is this the trend now?
But it is the trend because the Lakers have a small window. They need to win now, and arguably that gives LeBron the best guy he's ever played with. Arguably, maybe. Arguably, young guy. LeBron is not primetime LeBron anymore, right? Still, obviously, an all-star and still an amazing player, but I think you pair him up with AD. I think you get yourself a good young vet that'll keep his mouth shut and do what he's supposed to do on the outside, and then you're good to go. I know the Lakers are really happy to see LeVar Ball go in the trade. As am I. I'm not quite sure why he keeps getting on TV. But, I mean, it's a gamble. It's a gamble. Get rid of your GM. This is Jenny Buss's last hurrah. It's got to work, or a lot of people are going to get fired. It's got to say. Lakers in 6.
Nicole's calling me. Nicole, damn it! The show's over. Should I pick up? No.
So really quickly, hey, of course, outside of Zion, Anthony Davis was like the big lottery, the big jackpot of the NBA, obviously. Good for them for grabbing them. But, as we saw in this season, it takes a complete freaking team to go the distance and to win. And I don't mean any harm, yo. LeBron's patience is very short.
Right.
His attention span is even shorter.
He's on dad years.
Right. So we saw what happened. A lot of people like to fight me on this. A lot of people don't like it when I say it, but he literally gave up on this season. And if things don't go his way quickly, I just don't know.
100%. Has he not earned that? Kawhi literally set out like 3 months to get a championship. Like, that dude just stopped literally playing.
Right.
Legit playing. Like,
right.
I don't know. I mean, I feel you on that. I mean, LeBron, I'm always, I love LeBron.
I love LeBron.
It's really hard for me to criticize him. I love him to death. And I think it's hard for me because I think he gets unfair criticism. I mean, it is the NBA. He's not a young man anymore.
Nope.
He still commands a lot of attention, but he's worth it. I mean, do you think you can compete for a championship with AD? I think so. Mm-hmm. Especially because it looks like the Warriors are getting destroyed.
Completely.
I mean, Clay ain't back for 9 months anyway, so that's at least half the season. Right. And if Kevin's there, And there's still some small talk about Kyrie coming to LA.
Mm-hmm. Woo, woo, woo. We'll see. They got some moves
They got $30 million cap space to get somebody.
That's enough to get in there.
That's enough to get some. And you keep Kuzma, who I like.
Yeah, I like
You get rid of Lonzo. And... and good for Lonzo. Lonzo probably will start in New Orleans. He'll get a starting job down there.
Yeah,
you play with Zion.
They'll love him.
All he's got to do is throw it up in the area of Zion. So he should be all right, getting over half court.
Yeah.
And then, LeVar will negotiate LiAngelo and LaMelo coming there.
So we're going to quit while we're ahead before Laker Nation comes for us.
My phone's already blowing up.
So thank you, ladies, so much for coming through and filling in for Mark. And I really appreciate it. I love the company, man. But like I said, look, outsiders, be on the lookout because for this championship World Cup game, at the very least, you will see these 3 faces going live.
Let's go!
Somewhere. But be on the lookout for other announcements as far as the World Cup. We'll be bouncing around town, huh? All right, so you know how we end this show? Baltimore, spread love, yo. Y'all have a great week.
Hey!
Woo! Oh, y'all just... Nah! Steve,
I thought you was going to have my money today.
Man, it is what it is.
Then last week you told me your wife was cooking.
Man, it is what it is.
Then again, I don't think I want your wife cooking because you don't like it.
Well, it is what it is.